I've been wanting to start this new, I guess vlog. I don't really know. I'm going to warn you right off the bat that this video is going to be so chaotic, so all over the place. I don't even know if it's going to be coherent enough to post. So obviously if you're watching this, I figured something out. I also have no idea what I'm gonna title this video. So I just wanted to like talk for a minute and then we'll get to like actually getting my life together, but I wanted to like give you guys an update, I guess, into my life. And I actually started filming this video exactly, at least the intro and everything, in April. I will use that footage for the purpose of this video because it's still very difficult for me to talk about. And as I mentioned in the clip you're about to watch, I am not processing it very well. So I think that's why I have taken so long to really film and like do a serious kind of video, because I'm just distracting myself and not really coping very well. My makeup is probably destroyed right now. I meant to put on lip product. It's just not one of those days. I put on makeup like 4 hours ago, have cried. So it's probably a mess. I didn't even look at it before I started filming. So I'm not even gonna be one of those moms that apologizes for their appearance, because I think moms specifically should never apologize for how they look. That is the least important thing at the moment about them. If you're a mom and you're listening to this, or a parent, if you're a parent, never apologize for your appearance, what you're wearing, the state of your apartment, the state of your child, or what they're doing. Never apologize for any of that. Anyway, let's get back to the point of this video. So there have been some things that have like derailed my life a little bit. Obviously the first one being having a child. That is very stressful in and of itself, of course. Now today, the day I'm filming this, she is officially 6 months old, which is weird because when I first started filming this video for this intent, she was 4 months old. So I am feeling more confident with her. I have done an outing by myself with her, just a quick little Target trip. I feel like Target is like the location that every person takes their baby to for the first time. I don't know why. And so we are making progress in that department, which is great. But one of the things, before we get into like the really heavy stuff, one of the things that I've had to deal with personally as a mom is feeding my baby and the stress that comes with that. Now I wanted to do exclusive breastfeeding until 6 months, possibly even, well, a year. I wanted to breastfeed her, but well, there goes my light. But obviously we would have introduced food by then as well, which we have started to do some purees, and I'm very excited about it. Very stressed out. I didn't think I would be so anxious of a person, so anxious of a mother. Which I don't know why I didn't think that, because I'm just anxious as a person. So why, of course, I would be anxious as a mother. So I wanted to do exclusive breastfeeding until 6 months. Obviously she's 6 months now. And around 4.5, 5 months, we started introducing formula. So she wasn't gaining enough weight, and they wanted me to supplement with pumped milk, which I was doing, and it just was not sustainable. I just simply was not making enough. And then throughout that process, she started to have a preference for the bottle and stopped breastfeeding during the day completely. And that whole situation, if you've ever been a parent, specifically someone who was trying to breastfeed, you know the emotional journey and the emotional toll that can take on someone, especially when you find out that it's not good enough. That's really hard as a mom. And obviously I would never and have never judged anyone for feeding their baby formula. Of course not. Like, I love formula now. But it's specifically when it's like you as a mother failing them. That sounds really dramatic now, because I know it's not a failure on my part. I fed her for 4.5, 5 months exclusively breastfed. So I am happy. She's still getting breast milk, and even if she wasn't, it's not a big deal. So I don't want this to come across as like I'm judging anyone who ever had to combo feed or ever had to introduce formula. That's not it. It's just me personally. I didn't reach my goal. It's like when I wasn't okay with my birth story because it wasn't the birth that I personally wanted, but I would never judge someone else for having gone through it, you know what I mean? So for me, that was a very difficult journey, and I cried many, many tears having to make that decision, which wasn't even a decision. It was just something we had to do because I needed to feed my baby, obviously. So it wasn't even like a choice to go to combo feeding. It just had to, that's just what had to happen. So it was like forced upon us. And so then her preference, of course, for the bottle during the day, and I completely lost that aspect of feeding my baby from my body. And I really enjoyed it. And obviously it was very inconvenient at times, but I enjoyed it. And now we only do it at night. So that's been one of my stressors lately that, it's just, I'm still getting over it. It's been over a month of combo feeding, but it's still something that you beat yourself up over, and it's not the route that I wanted to go, but she's thriving. She's a healthy, happy weight and back on track, and she's doing fantastic. The move. Obviously we moved in April, and that had its own slew of challenges, and our apartment has just been chaos ever since. So one of the things we're going to focus on today is I even made a list of things that I want to do to get my life back together, and one of them is tackling the environment, because the environment really impacts my mental health, and I just feel like it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be a place where I feel comfortable and happy. And it's just chaos right now, which of course it's always going to reach that point again because we have a baby. So that leads me to my last thing that I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to let past me talk about it in this video because I already filmed that. That was a challenge to film. I'm going to use that footage because I don't want to really talk that much about it right now because I'm still working through it. Like I said, I wasn't really coping. Don't know why I tried to continue with life and work so quickly after. Although I did take all of April off pretty much to kind of deal with it. Anyway, let's get into that footage and you'll understand why. I know you guys are tired of hearing like, oh, being a mom is, challenging. Like, it just is. But then, obviously I moved again. I've mentioned it before. I moved with a 4-month-old. I don't know if you heard. On top of all of that, there was something else that was going on and I didn't know how to address it with you. I couldn't like just randomly talk about it, and I couldn't share it in the beginning even though I was going through it, and I don't know, but I do want to share it. A week into moving, I lost my dad. My dad passed away, and it obviously made things so much harder because I was trying so hard to be excited moving, but that was one of the reasons why I wasn't and why I didn't film the moving process at all. It was challenging, obviously, with the baby, but there was no part of me that wanted to pick up a camera and like sorry, my cat, and like be on camera, because I just knew I couldn't get into that headspace that I needed to film. So I honestly don't even know if I'm actually processing it, to be honest. Like, I feel like there are so many things happening all at once that any one of those things is like really difficult to go through and like a super huge life change. And I'm doing like 3 of them right now. Obviously, I mean, luckily she's 4 months old. That's, given me 4 months of, getting used to her, getting to know her and things like that. So it's not a newborn. But just a year ago, I didn't even know I was pregnant today. So it's like, since then I've moved, I've had a baby, and I've lost a parent. I feel like it hasn't hit me, and I don't really know how I'm dealing with it. Like, I don't know if I'm just feeling numb to everything, because I haven't fully like grasped, I think, everything that has happened to me. And like, what a wild year that I have had. Like, what is going on? Still getting used to everything. I'm still adjusting, and like, it's just been a very difficult period of my life, and a lot of the days I can only dedicate myself to Fern. She's like the major priority, and like, bare minimum, I have to show up for her every single day. And I'm actually really grateful for that because, sorry if you can hear her toy, because it gives me something to do instead of being stressed out. I have something to focus on, that like, at least I have this to take care of. Like, I know certain things that are going to happen in the day, and it's a very predictable kind of routine. She keeps my mind off things, and I'm just very grateful, and I hug her tight every single day. I then tried to continue filming a regular vlog after that discussion, and this is how that went. I don't think I can film. I don't think I could do this today. So as you can see, I have had so much really on my plate, and from I can get through the day to day. It's really these things in the back of my head, you know, in my mind still, that have become challenging, and I don't want to get emotional now, but I want to start making slow steps to regaining control of my life again, because I feel very out of control. It's all chaotic. Obviously I'm dealing with a lot of things with my dad and his estate. I'm his only child. So there's a lot of stress going on, you know, behind the scenes there. We're gonna try to remain optimistic, and, you know, I'm just gonna remind myself that I'm really doing my best. Like, I really am trying my best. And as long as Fern, I mean, obviously I don't want to neglect myself or, you know, my partner or my family or anything like that, but as long as Fern is healthy and happy and clean and has, you know, clean diapers and clean clothes and food to eat, and, you know, anything else that she needs, whatever toys to play with, and she has her parents present, I feel like I'm doing okay as long as I'm meeting her needs. Bare minimum, that's what I need to do day to day. So we're gonna pick up. I know that seems like a weird disjointed way to like transition from the last, you know, from the clip I showed you. But like I said, I filmed that 2 months ago, so I'm kind of removed from that, and it is still something that's going on in my head. So on that note, let's actually go to my list of things that I want to do for the purpose of this video. My camera's dying, so let me actually change the battery. Getting my life together. Let's go. Part 1. This is going to be a multi-part video series. Here's my laptop here, which I'm referencing, and let's get into it. You like my lamp? Installing. I still don't know if this works because buying a bulb for this is the last thing on my mind right now. I feel like the order in which I wrote out these categories really defines where I feel like I'm really lacking the most. So starting with mental, I need to prioritize my mental headspace a little bit more. So number 1, journaling. We're gonna journal more because, like I said, I feel like I need to cope. I need to really, you know, write it out. If not talk it out, I'm gonna write it out, because that has always been a resource for me that has worked. I've loved journaling for years. So we're gonna get back to journaling. I don't even remember the last time I journaled. I think I was pregnant, and I journaled about being pregnant. So I need to journal. I wrote down positive stimulation. So podcasts, books, documentaries. I feel like I just need things that are not doom scrolling TikTok, and just like healthier things to watch, listen to, read, and things that like help me grow, like self-help books I really used to be into. So finding some new ones. If you have any recommendations for podcast books or documentaries that are like interesting, they don't have to be necessarily positive and uplifting, but just, you know, interesting stuff, positive stimulation, leave some recommendations. Getting out of the house. That's a big one when you're a parent, let me tell you, especially if you're like a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, getting out of the house is really important. However, it is summertime and I don't do well in the heat. So that's gonna be tricky, but maybe in the mornings we'll do some errands. And then I also wrote Sudoku and puzzling. Those are 2 hobbies that I really enjoy, and I need to focus on those things more instead of TikTok. Next we have physical. I'm physically need some help. Movement, I need to get back into movement. I started going on walks a lot more when she was born, because that's an easy way to get out of the house. I have a treadmill that I've used a couple times since she's been born. Love walking. That's my favorite way to exercise, and also getting into some postpartum exercises. I don't feel physically ready, even though I'm 6 months postpartum, I don't feel physically ready for like certain activities like, you know, weightlifting, or definitely not running or anything like that. Also with physical healthy meals, I need to focus on my intake a little bit more because I have been eating very unhealthily. Okay, environment, I want to clean every day, and by clean I don't mean deep clean everything every day because that's not gonna happen. That's not realistic. But clean 3 things a day. That's my goal. So like 1 load of laundry, 1 set of countertops, whether it be one of the bathrooms, the kitchen, just wiping down the counters, you know, doing the dishes, a quick 20-minute tidy, things like that. Just doing 3 of those a day to kind of stay on top of the environment situation. And also decluttering my environment. I feel like I still have too much stuff where cleaning is a hassle. And then the last 3 are just a little bit more personal. So like relationships, you know, scheduling hangouts with friends. I feel like that's really important for my mental health, and I haven't really been prioritizing that. And Fern, I feel like there are some ways that I could do better, and I want to research some more age-appropriate activities, starting solids, just things to do with her, which I'm not going to share with you. That's not going to be a journey with you guys. No offense or anything, but you know, that's just something I want to do on my own time. And then fun. I don't know what, I didn't write anything down for fun. It's just there. I need more fun in my life, I guess. Fun activities. I don't know. Anyway, the order I wrote those is very funny to me though, because clearly the mental, I need to work on that. So in this video, we're just gonna be focusing on my environment, cleaning the disaster apartment that we have going on, and doing little montages of me just cleaning and decluttering and things like that, because I really need to get this apartment together in order to feel sane. There are so many things we still haven't unpacked and cleaned and tidied, and I am just losing my mind a little bit here. So let's get started on that.